Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny.
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
Is it okay? Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky,
And I'm Michael!
I am still a Johnny.
and we make up Anime Casuals. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to the Casual Discussion. Today on the Casual Discussion, we'll be talking about old, strong characters, strong, old characters. I didn't know exactly which order they go in, but whatever this video is titled, or this podcast is titled, is what I said. So either way, there are a lot of old masters in anime, and this goes back to like the old kung fu movies, right? Even like Kill Bill, you know, where that's crazy master with like the crazy beard and stuff is like, I'll teach you the 5-finger death punch. What? That's a bad the heart exploding death punch thing. So I thought it would be fun to talk about some of the strong old characters, or the old strong old characters, whatever, I'm just gonna keep saying that from now on, in anime. And I just wanted to start off with we're all gonna have them on our list, it's fine. But I just figured I'd start with the person that inspired the list, which was Master Roshi. This fool, I didn't even know this guy was that strong because I first saw him in Dragon Ball Z. But if you watch him in Dragon Ball, that's where you get to see him teach Goku the most famous move of all time, the Kamehameha wave. Teach by blowing away. By the way, it's supposed to be like a water-based move, but it just kind of goes away from that because it starts off with him like putting out a fire of like a town that's on fire. So he's like, Kamehameha, and it makes sense because there's King Kamehameha from Hawaii. So I was like, oh, it all makes sense, right? And he not. I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure he just blew away the whole village. Like he didn't save the village. He kind of like just destroyed the whole village with a water ray. And now it's just become like a crazy thing. But he becomes this huge buff dude all of a sudden. So and then obviously there's Dragon Ball Super stuff. I don't know too much about that. The other guys would know. But I've heard crazy things about him. He's fighting like gods and stuff. So seeing how powerful he is, and the fact that he started, Krillin, whatever, but Goku's, career in just kicking butt is kind of insane, and just the fact that he trained this little alien dude without really knowing too much about him, but still showed him the way. Also, he's got one of the coolest houses, Literally, it's away from everything, everybody, and everybody just goes there to chill and watch TV or watch the world explode. So yeah, Master Roshi is the dude, and just was the perfect one to inspire this list.
Living on island time.
Yeah. I'm going to follow it up with some more out in the ocean people. This guy, he's Heart of Soul and like built out of steel. I wouldn't say he's stronger than the average human, but like he's not like overpoweringly strong like Master Roshi is sometimes. We have Old Man Zeph, who is Sanji's like master in cooking. This guy like literally ate his own leg instead of like eating Sanji or letting Sanji die, or like eating the food that was saved, like they had saved for Sanji. It was kind of like this insane thing where like he's just so like rough that he was like, no, it is right for me to eat my own leg instead of like at all harming this child. And like instead of taking some of the bounty that we have or like doing all this stuff, like he's like, no, this is right. And then after that moment, he just has this like nice like combative relationship with Sanji, where he's kind of like his pseudo's dad because Sanji's real dad sucks, and like just is like a strong male figure in his life, because be honest, Sanji has too many strong female figures in his life. So it's just wonderful to watch, like where Sanji kind of gets his respect from, his gentlemanly like attitude, and his just sheer respect for what food is from Zeph. So go Zeph.
Nice. Weird little side note about him. I guess the English voice actor of Zeph recently died.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's sad, but rest in peace, guy.
Yeah. So my choice is also going to be a One Piece character. I chose Big Mom because I decided to look up how old she was, and I was like, because I didn't know. I looked up Kaido and Big Mom because I thought they were closer in age, and they're definitely not. Kaido is like 35 or something around there.
What?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
35?
Yeah. That's what I found in my casual research.
But Yamato is like 18.
I don't know. And Big Mom is 68.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't. Hers makes sense, but I thought Kaido would at least be like around 50. So I don't know. See, yeah, find some contradicting information.
I gotta look that up
So-
right now. This is crazy.
I went with Big Mom because I mean, she's a crazy lady. I mean, especially after realizing how old Kaido was, because she's still hanging out with all these,
Oh
these
my
youngins.
God, Johnny, you scared the crap out of me.
Was I wrong?
He's 59.
I don't know where I got 35 then.
I mean, it might have been
Casual
like
research.
It might have been him
like
during the like the original Wano arc.
Yeah,
I won't say
yeah.
too much to spoil it, but yeah, either way.
That pissed me off then. It just gave me a random age.
Oh my God, Johnny, you freak! I'm like, there's no way. There's
Kaido
no
was.
way.
He was 12 at one point. What am I going to do with that? So there you go. Kaido making a lot more sense.
Kaido's
His
5.
age.
Yeah.
In Dragon,
Dragon
years.
years.
It's like
There we go. Oh my
So-
gosh.
Big
Well-
Mom, because she's hanging out with all these people. She's able to hold her own and still be terrifying to everybody, as well as having her own empire of children, which is just strange. But I can't help but be like, hey, I mean, good for you. That's a weird family dynamic, but you make it work. Just give them all their own island.
I don't normally swear on this podcast, but she fucks. Like, she fucks.
That is an accurate statement.
Yeah, she does. Also, you can put Kaido on your list because he's 69.
Yeah, I can't. At first I was like, 35, I can't. Now I'm pissed. I don't know why I got 35. Anyway,
Wow.
Kaido, who's older than I thought.
Oh man. I think actually, you know what? Since we're all talking about One Piece characters, I do have one on here. I'm gonna go with Silver's Rayleigh. I've always thought of this character just as such a crazy dude. As with the original Pirate King Goldie Roger, with that original crew, and then eventually gets to teach Luffy how to use all of his abilities, his crazy abilities. And just knowing like what he knows, right? He knows exactly where and what the One Piece is, but doesn't tell anybody. But also just how strong he is, right? There's a part, I don't want to get too spoilery, but there's a part where basically he just saves the entire show. And this is probably like one of the biggest moments that happens. And probably one of the biggest introductions to one of the show's powers called Haki. That we get to see without even it being called that yet. Like we're trying to figure out like why is he able to hit this opponent that nobody else can hit? And it's like then later on, it's one of those like those awesome Oda moments where it just he'll just like put something in, won't explain it, and then like 300 episodes later is just like, oh, there it is. Here's exactly why he can do this.
Yeah.
And even now, Luffy's still trying to learn something from what Rayleigh taught him 500 episodes, 400 episodes ago, like whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how much knowledge Rayleigh has. And just being able to take on an admiral, I was going to say a vice admiral, no, an actual admiral at his old age. Like, you just wonder what he could do in like his 30s or whatever when his
It's
prime,
35s.
yeah, his 35s, you
In
know.
his Kaidos.
In his Kaido years. Oh man. Either way, Silver's Rayleigh, man, love that dude.
I don't know why I'm stuck on chefs right now, but I'm gonna go to another chef. Her name is Setsuno, and she's from Toriko. She's the little old lady. There's also like an old grandpa guy who like does the spoon. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's like where the
Right.
like there's fork, knife, and he's got the spoon, and like he can kind of do crazy stuff. But Setsuno, like, she's got like one amazing chef, so she can teach Toriko's chef guy.
Yeah.
Komatsu. She could teach him, going like, hey, here's like my technique of how I basically made my ultimate recipe, the century soup, my recreation of century soup. Century soup.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna I was like, somebody's gotta say it, dude.
And then as well as like she's also a really trained like fighter with like her pressure cooking style. So I vividly remember that part in Toriko because it stands out. One, the Century Soup arc, and she says it like 100 times. Two, that whole arc was really interesting to be like the whole point of it was to go discover the secret to what Century Soup is, and then come back to like, hey, this is what we found. And last, it was like, she's such an influential character on the both of them that they keep coming back, and she's also like the wife to the old man, the old drunk man who knows like the finger
dude.
bang thing.
Knock
yeah,
in.
yeah, that guy, and he's
Or
like,
something.
yeah, and he does like he like knows like basically super acupuncture, like chiropractic.
The death boop.
Yeah, and he's like boom, 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 and like now he's super strong and crazy stuff. So like she's so influential on the actual series itself, but also like the way she interacts with the characters is so funny because she's such a kind old lady, but like she gives out this really intimidating vibe. And I've always wanted to go to a restaurant that's only open like once a year. And like that's what her place is. Like she's like, it's like December. I'm open now. And then it's like, yeah, well, she doesn't say she's open. Like she just becomes open and you just gotta reserve right then, or else you're never gonna eat there. And I'm like, she's sick. She's a sick asshole lady.
Dude. Oh, dude, I totally remember this one part where I think they're doing like a race or something like that, and like Komatsu's in it, and it's like a chef race or something like that, and he's swimming, and she's like running on water, and she comes back to
Yeah.
him, and he's just like, "How are you doing that?" It's like, "Oh no, it's really simple. See, I'm just smacking the water twice, and then I'm smacking it again," and then I was like, "Bro, the the simple explanation she gives for something superhuman is hilarious to me, dude. She just and she's just like levitating on water while she's tapping it. I was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Before I
dude.
sink, I take another step.
Yeah,
Easy.
so ridiculous. You try.
Come on, Komatsu. Like, it's easy. It's like, you don't have to swim miles. You just have to do this.
Just walk on water. It's
Just
fine.
walk on water, you dummy.
Or not even. Just hop on water.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you are not caught up to Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War episode 8, then huge spoilers here. So go ahead and skip over to 15 minutes and 34 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled.
So my next choice, I thought of, because of the recent passing of Captain Yamamoto. He's 2,100 years old.
If you say 21, bro, I was about to smack
He's
you, dude.
35!
Through the camera. I was going to smack you through the camera. I was like, dude, you can't be passing this nonsense. This is misinformation. I can't have this.
Casual research. It's all casual. None of it is good.
It's weird. Master Roshi's also 35. Everything I look up is 35.
I mean, from what I found, actually, he's like 350.
Who, Master Roshi?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's super old. Actually, they go into why he's so old and super.
But yeah, Captain Yamamoto. He's 21. He can just drink right now. He's 2,100. And I don't know. I guess I never realized how old these people are. I actually thought he was going to be way older than that. I don't know why. Yeah, Captain Yamamoto's been here for like, what, 7,000 years? Just 21 of them. And I'm going to make people think he's just 21. forever. It's gonna be great. And I mean, he's just a crazy guy, and he's got a crazy Bankai and all of his nonsense and fire. He's a scary old man, apparently, who's just surrounded by death. His Bankai was so strange. That wasn't even a fire ability. Anyway, yeah, Captain Yamamoto. He's 18, so you know, there you go.
Dude, that 17-year-old Yamamoto, bro,
17
crazy
again.
dude, man.
He's 17.
Captain Yamamoto.
That whole movie was about him. It was crazy.
Oh man,
Did you know Zac Efron plays?
that's what he looks like without the beard. It's crazy, dude. I'm trying to think of what the. Oh, you know what? Actually, this one right here. The next one I'm gonna go with is Hayato Furinji from Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. This guy is Kenichi is the main character. He gets bullied and eventually finds this dojo, and it's got all these crazy martial artists in it. There's a Kenpo karate teacher. There's a jiu-jitsu master. There's a ninjutsu master. There's a Muay Thai master. But then there's just like a master who's in charge of the whole thing, which is this guy. Like he found all of these people, and just said, "Hey, like let's all make a dojo together and just be crazy." But this guy and I looked up his age. I think this is probably in the manga and stuff. But apparently, at some point, he's like 93 or something like that. And he's this gigantic dude. I just remember like they show how strong he is. There's this Muay Thai guy named Apachai, and it shows like his origins, like how he got there. And this old dude used to basically just go around with like a hood and a mask on and not like say who he was, so that people would just want to fight him, so they wouldn't be afraid of him. And one day, I don't remember how that it starts, but he basically fights this dude Apachai and basically beats the crap out of him. I mean, Apachai fights back, but the whole fight is him just beating the crap out of him and laughing. And then eventually, this guy trains with him. So he's got a crazy granddaughter that's also crazy into martial arts. And just the fact that he can just do everything. I mean, I haven't really seen too much of him in the series because it just hasn't gotten that crazy yet. But yeah, he's that Furinji guy, man. When you got like a whole bunch of masters in your dojo and you're the head one, I don't know. I'd say that I think that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like this. I don't know why I like this subject we're talking about so much. It's just like old masters or training people. But I think like when you first mentioned the subject, the first person that popped in my head was Genkai. From Yu Yu Hakusho, and she's like, like no offense to her, but she's a crusty old lady. Like absolutely. Like it starts off with her saying basically, I haven't taken an apprentice in like 30 years or something crazy like that. And like she's so insanely powerful, and like it keeps going all the way into like the final like tournament where she's passing off her knowledge to Urameshi. And like there's a final battle between Yusuke and I forgot what the dude's name is, but like he's like a psychic guy who's like a demon who's been like killing a bunch of other psychics and taking their powers. And like Kuwabara's like, why don't you step in? Like he's obviously going to like kill Yusuke. And she's like, no. If he wins, then he was fated to take my powers. And she's like, I'm like, okay, you badass old lady. Like you're just sitting here going like, I don't care. I'll give it to whoever like it belongs to. I don't care if it's a demon. I'm like, you're badass. You're a badass. You're crusty. You're great. And everything that she's involved in with the series, like she basically like treats Yusuke not nice, but she's like, you can handle it. Like I will literally give you the hell training, but you will deal with it because that's what you need to be stronger. I like vividly remember him like holding a little point of spirit energy above like a needle.
Yeah.
And he's doing like the Luke Skywalker thing where he's like, he's balancing on a finger over this like needle point. And I'm like, that's terrifying. Like, and your entire weight, like if you don't keep it perfect, like coming down on a needle on your finger, like that must suck. And I just really like her character. And then even when they were in the Dark Tournament, where she dresses up like a mysterious figure, but it's like literally the exact same size as Genkai, and then, like everybody's like, "Who's this character?" And you're like, "That's like definitely Genkai." Like, but like she's not coming out to say it. And then finally, like her like mask falls, and it's like a young version of herself. It's like, oh, that can't be Genkai. And she looks so young, and I'm like, she's super powerful. Like, you think that's like she can't just make herself look young? Hilarious. Hilarious.
Dude, dude, if you didn't mention that, I was gonna totally mention that because I was like, bro, everybody's like, dude, who is this person that wears the same exact clothes as Genkai but just has a turban on their head? You know, it's like, oh my god.
All we see is her eyes staring up like a dark hole. Like, what's going on with that?
And her voice actress trying to sound younger. It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah.
Is it as bad as One Piece with like Luffy and Lucy?
I don't think as
like
bad because she's actually
Max
kind of
Roshi
disguised. She's like literally, she looks like a Jawa, like sort of. Like she's
Pretty
like
disguised.
fully wrapped up and like you can't really see anything of her face except for like dark shadows. And then finally like she takes off her mask, her mask falls off, and it's like a super young version of like what she used to look like. So it's kind of interesting.
Wow.
Got some Tsunade action going there.
Speaking of, no.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of, it's not Tsunade.
It's Tsubabe.
Oh my
But in the same anime, I guess I'll mention. I decided to look up how old Madara Uchiha was. And,
Naruto. I was like, Naruto Uchiha is not from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, because apparently he was 90. And you know, I don't know why I thought he would be a lot older. What, 35? It's 35. He's always 35.
It was
35,
the
35,
80s.
35. I get about 350. So Madara, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I thought he was so much older. I guess it was because of, you know, the Leaf Village going through like 5 or 6 different leaders, you know, while Madara's just chilling in a cave somewhere waiting.
Mhm.
But I mean, he's a pretty crazy old man. I mean, granted, he does some nonsense to make him not so old and not so
Mhm.
mortal.
Mhm.
Cheater. But man, I don't know. I was surprised to see that he was even 90. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Do you guys know how old that Onoki was? I don't know. That might be the right name
Oh no.
because he might be like the
oh,
only other
that
person
guy-
that's like older.
No, that guy's way older.
Okay, well there you go. Then I shouldn't have even said Madara. So
I think that dude's like 100. I mean, okay, way older. I think that dude's like 115 or something. I think there was something like about his jutsu that was like keeping him alive.
Yeah, well,
But-
I mean, no, Madara would be older than him because Onoki met him when he was a kid, right? And
Oh,
so,
that's true.
So yeah, he would be. I'm thinking of him in Boruto, which is where he's like 100 and something. So yeah, he pretty. Yeah, so
that's true.
yeah, Madara's very old. He's very old, Johnny.
Madara. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing people when they were kids. Let's leave it at that.
Knowing old people when they were kids.
He is 100.
Oh snap!
Well, there you go.
All
My
right.
pick, Onoki.
Well, anyway, why don't we do a lightning round real quick, guys? Let me think of who I haven't. So just a quick shout out to the Master Jiraiya. You know,
Master
just
Jiraiya.
one of those dudes who just slaps, bro. Every time he's on screen. Let's see, Makarov from Fairy Tail. He's the head master, grandmaster of Fairy Tail. I don't remember what they call it. But you know, for him to keep all these people in line is kind of insane. So then there is Bang from One Punch Man with his I forget what it's called, but that water style thing that he uses when he fights. And then Sarutobi, also from Naruto, crazy Hokage. And then I don't know. I was just thinking about this dude randomly. I haven't watched Dr. Stone season 2, but Kaseki is this old man who makes things. He's like the main crafter dude.
Dwarf.
And yeah, and at one point, like they're like I was about to say Senku, I think his name is the main guy. He's just like, hey, I need you to build this, and he gets super excited and just breaks off his shirt, and he's got a bulging six pack, and just is like, let's do it,
Yeah.
and just it's so insane to me. Like it reminds me of that dude from How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Machio or whatever his name is, where he just comes out of his track suit and he's humongous. Yeah, I love things like that. But yeah, those are the main people of my list.
Okay, perfect. Well, I was gonna look up how old this person is, but I Tsunade, obviously, you know. I had Old Man Jojo,
Oh.
which sucks because he goes from really strong to sucky, like real quick. Until like maybe like the final part of like the series he's in, but I mean, like, whatever. I had to look this guy up because I only remembered him because of his guitar. Yoshinobu from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. Like, he just starts playing some sick riffs, and his sound waves just start destroying this other guy. That was awesome. I put Zeus from War of Ragnarok, because that guy's old AF. Like, he's hella old, and he's got
Record Knock?
Record of Ragnarok, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Ragnarok Wars. And that guy's got muscles on muscles on muscles. Like, he is a muscle almost. And his head is so shriveled and old man like. It's kind of crazy. And then I put Whitebeard, if we didn't say Whitebeard already. Whitebeard's amazing, delicious, and fantastic human. And also way too big of a person. Way too big. He's so big, he needs like IVs in him all the time. And then my last person I put on the list was Ragyu Kirian from Kill la Kill.
Oh.
She should be an old lady, if I'm not mistaken. I was trying to look up her age right now, but you know, I didn't have enough time. But the burp, burp, every time she's like out and she's got rainbows shooting out of her hair. You know, she's like a mom, but you know, she kind of acts like grandma, like evil queen grandma. She's not a good human. So, although she is just clothes now, so I don't know. That's my list.
So my lightning round is actually counter to your Zeus. It's gonna be Adam from Record of Ragnarok, because he's at least 7 million years old. That's all they give us. So he's probably 7,035,000.
Well, he's been 35, Johnny, for 7 million years.
Oh, there you go.
He's been,
He just never changed.
He stopped at 35, and then he just kept on going.
And then my other lightning round pick is actually going to be the real life voice actor of Luffy in One Piece, because she is she's 67, and she has to scream like an insane person to voice all of his stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, this lady's not gonna be able to talk for like much longer. She's just gonna stop doing Luffy, and she will just shrivel up and disappear. She's
been screaming like that for over 20 years. It's like the lady who does Pikachu's voice. I mean, like, I think they're both gonna be fine forever.
Well, that's the thing. Once she stops, that's.
Oh yeah, then all of the built up Luffy's gonna slam into her throat. Yeah. She's gonna lose her voice for 5 years.
Yeah. So those are mine.
Dude, great. That was a good little wrench to throw in there, man. Like, I was just thinking about that too, man. Every time I see her, see behind the scenes voice acting, like her and Chopper are pretty old, and I'm like, whoa, dude, this is crazy. You know, one person I hope never loses their voice is the voice of Frankie, dude. That guy is awesome. Just hope he always stays weird. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the casual discussion. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below if you guys are watching this on YouTube. What some of your old strong characters are. Remember, you can check out all things casual at the link tree in the info box or the description box. Also, if you'd like to email us, you can email us at animecasuals with an S, real, REAL, @gmail.com. But as always, guys, don't forget to keep
it
casual.